Hey, I'm Matt from Enoch Stomp, the head chef. Today I wanted to go over our Greek chicken pizza with you, and I want to take a few minutes and go over our handmade cauliflower crust.
Here we go!
So I went ahead and gathered some ingredients here, and I'll go over each one as I kind of prepare it and get it ready and how we go over it. The first thing I want to start with is just a fresh head of cauliflower. A lot of people use riced cauliflower or frozen cauliflower. I like to start with the fresh head of cauliflower and get the florets straight off of it where it's the most tender. You're getting the best flavor. So I'll start by just breaking that apart by hand, and you're really going to tell how tender it is. You're going to get rid of all the hard stuff by using your hands and actually feeling where it's actually breaking. That's where you're going to know that's your good stuff. That's what you're going to use on your pizza crust, because you don't want it too crunchy. You don't want to have hard bits in it after you get done. Now I'm just going to do a rough chop here. I'm not going to use the food processor yet, not to the end. I'm just going to rough chop these. Get them pretty manageable size, pretty small. Nothing crazy. Well, in the end, we'll process them and we'll get them small where we can make a paste to get our crust baked. I want to get the cauliflower nice and soft and cooked. I want to steam it. But in the end, we want to get all the moisture out of it, because if it's too much moisture, then it's not going to stick together and we're not going to get the binding that we want to. We're not going to get a nice crispy crust. So I will actually use a baggie when I cook my cauliflower, and I'll use that so that I can use less water and build up the steam in the bag, and I'll put it into the microwave, because you're actually going to steam it with a little bit of water, but a lot of its own moisture that's already in there. And we'll get that, we'll seal it up, and then we'll microwave it for about 7 to 8 minutes, kind of depending. Whenever it comes out, you're going to want it to be nice and tender. And that'll be the first step on getting this cauliflower cooked. All right, after the cauliflower's been in the microwave for about 7 to 8 minutes, we're going to pull it out after it's good and tender. And depending on your microwave, it's going to depend on the time. This right here, so it's almost done. And then I have a pan with just parchment paper on it, and it's going to go straight into the oven. This is going to be the second cooking that I do. And when I put this into the oven, this is a good way to get steam going out of the bag and releasing from the cauliflower. So I'll spread this out nice and even. And this is going to go straight into the oven just like so. I'm going to leave that for about 10 minutes. You got to watch for browning on it. You don't want it to be overcooked and already done by the time you're pulling it out and getting it ready to go. So I went ahead and baked one ahead of time so that it would be nice and cooled off. So this one went into the microwave, went into the oven just like we did right here. Now that it's cooled off, we can actually wring it out efficiently. When it's too hot, you can get it rushed, you get ahead of yourself, and you won't get good wringing. So we'll take this, and we have just a standard cheesecloth right here, flour sack towel, whatever you like to use. And we're just gonna get our cauliflower onto it. This is where we're going to wring our moisture out so that we can get a nice, dry, crispy cauliflower pizza crust. So I'll take this and I'll just start twisting. And you just want to keep working it and keep working it until you get everything out that you can. And some of it is going to be left in there. It's not going to be 100% dry, and that's okay. We just want to get out as much as we can. You see we got about half a cup of water out of that one head of cauliflower, and I probably put in 2 tablespoons of water. So now that that's wrung out and cooling, we're going to let that sit for just a minute. We're going to work through our dry ingredients here. We're going to go ahead and get those pre-mixed so that they're dispersed evenly throughout our crust. Just going to take a spatula here. So I have 2 cups of almond flour, which is just blanched crushed almonds, 1 teaspoon dried oregano, 2 teaspoons dried basil, 2 teaspoons of just kosher salt. We have our 1 cup Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon minced garlic, and we have 1 egg. I'm just going to go ahead and whisk it up nice and neat. And again, make sure your cauliflower is nice and cool so that you don't cook your egg. whenever you get it into there. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Something that's going to get rid of that cauliflower taste is lemon juice, and I will add just 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and just mix that in so that we can get kind of calm down on that taste, because again, we want it to taste like pizza crust versus cauliflower. All right, now we've got that started. That's when we're ready to add our cauliflower, get that all mixed up, and then we're going to blend it up, get it ready to go in the oven. Now that we've got all that mixed, we're going to get our blender. We're going to throw in there to get this blended up to a finer consistency, and then we'll work it onto our pan. All right, so I went ahead and blended mine up in the back here, and I put it in a bowl so we can look at the consistency here. This is kind of important. So we want to make sure that when we get it in the blender, it's not too dry. I know we spend a lot of time getting the water out of it, but you want to get this nice paste consistency. So something you might have to add is another egg and a little bit of olive oil. If you get it in there and it's just dry, powdery, you're not going to get it to pull together whenever it goes in the oven and cools back off. After you get it blended up real nice fine, you got this paste. You're just going to put it onto a piece of parchment paper, and this is what we're going to bake it on. We'll set the oven, and I'd set it about 325. I use a convection oven. If you're using a conventional oven, you can go 350, 375. We'll just spread this out here. I like to get it nice and even as you can. I use about a 10-inch crust normally. We'll spread that. You can spend a lot of time or a little bit of time. Just as long as you get it nice and even, or you're going to have soft spots in it. That's really the main thing. But however you want it to look, you can get it square, round, however you want to do it. So if we get that spread out, it's going to go right into the oven, just like that. Right here. You see, I didn't spend a lot of time. I would spend more time normally. So once you get that, put it right in the oven and let that bake for about 10, 12 minutes. And we'll pull it out and see how it looks. All right, so we went ahead and put our cauliflower mixture into the oven, and we par bake it for about 8 to 10 minutes so that we're getting nice browning, but it's not turning crispy and it's not all the way done, because what we're gonna do is actually let this cool off, top it, and put it back in the oven with our toppings, and that's where we're gonna get our final crispy finished product. So what here, prepared here is our Greek chicken pizza that we keep on the tasting room menu. Now you can top yours however you like, marinara, pepperoni, just fresh tomatoes and mozzarella, however you'd like to do it. This is one that we keep on the tasting room menu, and this is called our Greek chicken pizza. It's really good, and I hope y'all enjoy this. Y'all come out sometime and then have one of these Greek chicken pizzas with us.